Good morning, friends. Bonjour, mes amis. S'il vous plaît. To the French speakers, my French is not very good, you know. Je parle français un peu. Je ne parle pas français beaucoup, s'il vous plaît. Please, French speakers, I know you want to listen to me, but I don't speak much French. Just a little bit. But if you pass your comment in French, I have a brother who speaks French fluently. In fact, he's a teacher. He's a French teacher, so yeah. So today, as you all know, my name is Kofi. But, you know, a lot of people call me Tradia, K-Tradia. So that's the name of my channel. And I'm a Baha'i. I always tell you I'm a Baha'i. And there's one thing that I would like you to know. I get messages from people through email and sometimes text message. Because what I've done is that as a Baha'i, we are instructed by the prophets founder of the Baha'i faith to teach the faith because we don't have a priest. We have institutions, and I'll explain to you later. We have institutions. We don't have priests. So it is every individual's responsibility to teach the Baha'i faith. And I have taken it up myself to use this medium, YouTube, and to, you know, proclaim the message of Baha'u'llah to mankind, to everybody. So that's my duty. And as such, my name has been put on, you know, the council, the Coventry City Council. So if you go to Google and you want to get in touch with the Baha'is in Coventry, my name will pop up and my email address and my telephone number. So I get, you know, from time to time, I get messages from them. And as such, people think that I'm a priest. In the Baha'i faith, there's no priest. I'm not a priest. I'm no priest. It just happened that the Baha'is of Coventry asked me if I could put my name down. You know, it was a friend of mine whose name was there, but of late he's been very, very busy. So he asked me if I could put my name down, and I put my name down. And so I'm not a priest. I'm just an individual Baha'i of the Baha'i community. You know, in the Baha'i faith, we don't have a priest. We have institutions, and these institutions, we call them administrative bodies. There are two of them. We have one that we appoint, and then there's another that we elect. So we have the appointed arm, we call it, and then the elected arm. So let me explain to you. With the elected arm, you know, everywhere where there are more adult Baha'is, more than the number 9, we elect what we call local spiritual assembly. And this, we do it every year. So in Coventry here, we have more than 9 adult Baha'is. Therefore, we have a local spiritual assembly of the Baha'is of Coventry. So that institution is more or less like the priest. So if you are a Baha'i individual, or even if you are not a Baha'i, you can come and consult. Just like you can go and consult a priest or a rabbi or an imam, you know. Yeah, just the same. Or even an MP, you know. So the same, just that the MP is a political representative, whereas when we come to the priests and, you know, the Baha'i institution and the imam and the rabbi, we represent religious institution. So that's it. And we elect every year, we elect 9 members, 9 adult members to represent the Baha'is of the Coventry community for a year, you know. So what we do is very, very simple. We also do election, you know. We also do election, but election is different and it doesn't cost much. It's very, very, very minimal. You know, we hardly, you know, spend anything, you know, because what we do is that, and what I mean by adult, in the Baha'i faith, an adult is someone who have obtained the age of 21 and above, man or woman. you know. So it doesn't matter your age. We don't have any age limit. Once you're capable to communicate, or if you cannot communicate in English, we have people who can translate and things like that. So that's not a problem. It's the knowledge, that we need. So what we do is that all the members of the community in Coventry, for instance, will come together, and then we write 9 names, those that we want them to represent us for the year. So we write 9 names. Each and every one write 9 names. So say if we are 9, of course, it will be the 9 names. But if there are more than 9, when we count them, the first 9 who will get the highest vote will be the members of the local spiritual assembly for the year. We don't do any engineering. There's no nomination. Even a husband and wife cannot confer as to who they vote for. So you can't tell your wife that I want to vote for myself. Or you can vote for yourself, but you don't have to tell anybody. It's secret. And that is as simple as that, simplicity. And the reason being that Baha'u'llah tells us that, it's the people who know who can represent. So you don't have to come and, tell me what you can do for me. I have to know what you can do for me. You don't have to be telling me all this, I have this qualification. I may not need that qualification. I have to look at what is in you, the qualities that I desire for you to represent me, and therefore I vote for you. And simple as that. So, people who do elections, they can come to us, for consultation. We'll show them how we go about it without spending huge sums of money. And I bet you can get quality people to represent you. So that's for the elected arm. And then we have the appointed arm. The appointed arm is also appointed by, so like we have, the head of it, we call it the Universal House of Justice, which is in Israel. So they appoint what we called International Continental Board of Councillors. So we have some of them in Israel who sit in a seat called the International Teaching Center, and then they work with the councillors of the continents. And then the Continental Board of Councillors also appoint their auxiliary board members, and the auxiliary board members appoint their auxiliary board assistants, and they work hand in hand with the elected institutions. So the elected institutions, like the decision making, and the appointed institution, which we call the institution of the learned, it's not that they are more brilliant than, but they have the time to go and investigate and do research and also implement what the decision that the elected body will, take, and then we follow. So what we Baha'is do is that we have to always obey the elected arm, because we believe that the elected arm is ordained by God, whereas the individuals, they can give suggestion. So we don't have to take their decision. They can suggest to us, but we have to follow what the institution of the elected tell us. We have to follow. So that's you can get all this information from www.bahai.org, and you can get the information from there. It's all there. So that's it. So as friends, as I tell you, if you want to be, know more about the Baha'is, you go to www.bahai.org, and all the information are there. I might be making some little mistakes there, but that is where you get the facts, the actual facts. I'm only conveying what I know in this head, So I may make mistake. I'm a human being. I'm fallible. Yeah, I believe that, So, and then the friends, if you go to Google and you punch that you want the Baha'is of Coventry, my name may pop up, And if you call, I'm not a priest. You know, if you have a problem and I cannot help you to solve, I can consult some of my friends. There are a lot of friends from various backgrounds, anything that you can think of, you know, and the writings also are there, the solution. Baha'u'llah has revealed everything about the human, you know, the situation we are in, everything. Baha'u'llah has revealed answers to it. So we have solution to everything that you can think of. You know, creation, what have you, the essence of the human beings, you know, and something came to my mind that, you know, a lot of people say that, oh, religion is this, religion is that. No, religion hasn't done anything. Religion is good. It's just that it's a human beings. People tend to forget that religion without human beings is nothing. You know, a friend told me once that, you know, time, you know, this time that we use, like 12 o'clock, this, that. He said time, yeah, without a phenomenon doesn't mean anything. There should be a phenomenon, then time will be time. It's just like, you know, people, those of you who like fishing, you know, you have a hook that you put a string and then you go to the river and you enjoy, whether you are using it for sports or for food. If you don't have, you have a hook and there's no base to it, you know, that base, you cannot catch fish. So a hook without a base, it doesn't work. You know? Yeah, one of my friends was joking to me and I said, beauty without character is like a hook without a base. So if you have beauty, for people to say you are beautiful, you have to have a very good character. Beauty goes with character. You know, that is what is beauty. It's not only the facial expression that makes you beautiful. Attitude, your character, the way you think, the way you communicate with people, the way you interact with people, all of these come together to make you beautiful. So that's why people say, oh, this is beautiful. Yeah. So that is it. Another thing is that, you see, people say they are fed up of spirituality. Why? Spirituality is is a simple thing. I mean, I think we all agree with me. You all agree with me. Let's face it. That this body is a body. There is something that makes us human being. And I don't know how other people would describe it, but I describe it as spirit. Other people who don't have it that way may use another terminology. That's fine. But there's something that is connected to this body that make it us to function, to jump, to dance, to speak, to, you know. And when that thing is detached from this body, we say that we are dead. Dead, don't be scared, you know. It's dead. When it's disconnected, you're dead. So, what I'm going to say is that, you know, this body and the spirit, they all need to be nurtured in order to remain healthy and grow. So once you feed the body, which is composed of different elements like calcium, potassium, and hydrogen, oxygen, and what have you, for it to balance, so you do exercises and all that for it to balance so that you have a healthy life. So it is with the spirit, you have to feed it. You have to give it some exercise so that it will also grow. So that, you know, wherever it goes, when it is detached, it will also look healthy. And that is why we have religion. And all these instructions like fasting, praying, and all that. You know, all these things are things that, because they are not meant physically for the body to, you know, we don't see it, but they help. They help us to be good people and all that. And apart from that, according to Baha'u'llah, they help us in our next world when we pass on to the next world. Because they are like the organs that we develop, like hand and all these things that will be used in the next world. So we have to develop that, and you need religion. Of course, Baha'u'llah tells us that, you know, You don't have to be following a religion because your dad or your mom or your uncle or your cousin is also in that religion. He said, independent search after truth. So as I'm speaking to you now as a Baha'i, it is up to you. It's your responsibility. My responsibility is to tell you about the message. It is your duty then to investigate whether what I'm telling you is true or not. That is up to you. My duty, once I tell you about Baha'i faith and I give you the web address and all those things, it is up to you to go and investigate and see, oh, what Kofi is saying is right or not. If you think it's right, you follow it. If you think I'm talking rubbish, that's up to you to decide. You know, as simple as that. So Baha'u'llah has given everybody that responsibility. He said that God, who is our creator, you know, will come to God because people don't believe in God. Who is our creator has given every human being the free will to think. He's given you as this faculty, a brain to think. And many a times, if we don't use the brain to think for ourselves, somebody will use it to think badly for us. And that is what happens most of the times, because we don't think, people think for us, and that will be disastrous. Because as human beings, let's face it, we are selfish, all of us. We have some selfishness in us. Let's face it, we all have selfishness. Nobody is perfect. We are all fallible. So that is it. So independent search after truth. And once you establish that, we all live in harmony. Again, religion is the same. You know, I was talking to a friend of mine last time, and I said to him, you know, people are Christians because they were born in a country where they are predominantly Christians. Some people are Buddhist because they were born in a place where are predominantly Buddhist. So it is with Judaism, so it is with Islam, so it is with Kanka or whatever, you know, any religion at all that you can think of, or what people assume to be religion, you know. So that is how we have to see it. So God, in his wisdom, will not create us and put us in a place where there are people who may not see a Bible in their life. So such a person, will you say that God will punish the person? No. Just because they didn't know about the Bible? No. You know? So let's try and analyze things, sit down, we analyze things, and then once we understand that, once we understand these bases, there wouldn't be any war, I tell you, because we realize that we are all one. Baha'u'llah tells us that the reason why we have different religions is that religion is progressive. It's like a school, according to Baha'u'llah. A school, you start from grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, grade 4, and you go to university and beyond. You see, and Baha'u'llah said that in all this process, somebody educates you. And that is the manifestations of God. Like Christ, like Moses, like Buddha, like Muhammad, like Baha'u'llah, like Abraham, like Zoroaster, like Krishna, you know, all of them, they are teachers of this ever advancement civilization in spirituality. They are teachers. They teach us the laws that pertains to individual development physically, and then others spiritually, you know. And according to Baha'u'llah, all of these manifestations, the reason why he said religion is progressive, all of them, they have the same knowledge. And that knowledge is powered by what we call the Holy Spirit. It's the Holy Spirit that powers them to do what they do, because they are ordinary human beings who are born on this planet. But then, when the Holy Spirit is connected to them, they do wonders. And that's why we call them manifestations of God. You understand? That's what Baha'u'llah says. You can investigate. If it makes sense, you take it. But I bet you, I have investigated and I believe it's true because it's working. And my understanding has become better. I understand everybody, every religion. I don't despise any religion at all in this world. In actual fact, to become a Baha'i, you have to believe in all the other religions. Because Baha'u'llah said that all religions are one. He said, it is not for him to pride of himself who loveth his own country, but rather for him who loveth the whole world. The earth is but one country and mankind is citizens. That is why I call myself a world citizen. That is the reason. So friends, I think I'm going to end here. I'm sure that people will ask questions and put comments, and I'll try to answer them where I cannot. I'll consult my friends who may be more knowledgeable than me and give me answers because they've read widely. I've read just a little. So I may not have all, just little things that I can answer. I'm not, as we say in Ghana, bukulon. I can read and write because that is the prerequisite. That is what Baha'u'llah tells us, that everybody should learn how to read and write. That's why education is more important. In fact, we shall talk about that next time. Please, if what I'm saying, or what I'm saying, or what I've said makes sense to you, please subscribe to my channel, share, and comment. And as I said, we all want the betterment of the world.